Welcome back to the tribe. If you're new, my name is T. In today's video, I'm going to be doing day 2 of the Dear Diary series. So, Dear Diary, I do not like my boobs. Okay, so Dear Diary, guys, these Dear Diary days are not easy, but you know, like I always say, I much prefer to do the hard right than the easy wrong. Anyway, for those of you who are new, I normally have a morning and a nighttime routine where I do physically journal, but sometimes I get really lazy and I forget to journal in the nighttime. So I decided to do this 30-day digital journaling, digital diary series. So today's topic that I wanted to reveal so that I could heal would be, I guess, accepting my body. Necessarily, I don't really like my boobs, okay? I'm getting to a point where I'm accepting it. And here's why. So a few months ago, I allowed someone into my space, and I created a space for them to, I don't know, speak, project things onto my physicality that then transpired into my mentality, where it came a point where I really was not aware that I didn't like my boobs. I mean, I was always on the slender, slim side, so I wasn't really paying attention to, oh, my boobs are small. I knew my boobs were small, but I had gotten out of a relationship with a female for almost 3 years. And I guess that relationship, you know, like any other relationship, it took a toll on me. And I think I was just so desperate for love that I was willing to just settle for anything and everything. Like, I was just wanting to feel some kind of love. It didn't matter where it was coming from. So I got introduced to this person for business. When I say business, this is my digital diary. I'm going to get raw. So if this offends anyone, fuck you, and fuck you twice, and fuck you now, and fuck you in the next lifetime, the lifetime after that. Sorry, but not sorry. So I was introduced for business, marriage purposes, and under those marriage purposes, one of the agreements were not to, it is really hot in New York, was to not catch feelings, right? This is strictly business. I'm here to help you, blah, blah, blah. I decided to entertain feelings because, you know, again, I was really desperate for love. I just wanted to feel love again. And there was a point where, you know, we were physically intimate, trying not to have feelings, but you know me, I'm a simp, so I give in to feelings. And with giving into feelings, I remember I was taking off my shirt one day and I just heard, oh my God, you have no boobs. I'm like, wait, what? You have no boobs. Oh my God, Terry, you have no boobs. Me, not realizing what was just said, it did hurt because I'm like, wait, what? I have no boobs? What am I, a man? I started thinking, that's how my mind goes. Like, out of sight, out of mind for me. If you don't bring something to my attention, I'm not thinking about it. But once you bring it to my attention, now it's in my mind and I'm going to think about it. I'm an overthinker. I'm a fucking creative. I'm always in my head. Like, if it's a part of the process of being a creator, I'm in my head. So once they mentioned that to me, I'm just like, it hurt because now I'm in my head. But I didn't voice it to them. I laughed it off. I'm like, haha, you crazy. Second time, third time, fourth time. Oh my God, you have no boobs. Oh yeah, I have no boobs. Then it kind of like switched up to, oh my God, your boobs are so little. Oh my God, blah, blah. Or you need to do this to get bigger boobs. Or if you do this, maybe your boobs will grow. And I think I let that slide so much. Like I said, I created a space for this person to say these things. You teach people how to treat you if you do not set healthy boundaries. So I'm not like bashing myself, but I'm taking responsibility in how things played out. I play a very important part in me not liking my boobs to some extent because I didn't set that boundary. And I guess because I've never kind of been told that by any person that I was sexually involved with. Even if they were thinking it, they never said it out loud. But this individual had very crazy insecurity problems and projected whatever they were projecting onto me. So I think I let it passed without saying like, hey, it's making me uncomfortable, to the point where I blew up. My blowing up was very valid because it was just so much suppressed feelings, but it was just not healthy. And I blew up to the point where I was like, oh, you know, if you want someone with big boobs, you just go and get somebody with big boobs. Or I don't know, I can't remember how I blew up, but I blew up in a very unhealthy way, to the point where they were like, oh, it was just a joke, or, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to quote exactly what they said, but I do remember one thing of how it made me feel. It did not make me feel good at all. It didn't add to them making me feel good. And they kind of like squeezed in the line of, oh, well, you know, people will make fun of you, and people have made fun of me my whole life. You just got to develop tough skin and deal with it. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, why is Queens always so noisy for no reason? And I'm like, I'm not you. In my head, right, I'm listening to what this individual is saying, and I'm like, you are a fucking idiot. Like, I feel so fucking sorry for you that you think this way. I need to get tough skin, no apology, no nothing. It's just, and then after that, that's when you squeeze an apology. Like, I really have to like convince you mentally of how verbally destructive this is to a person's emotional well-being. Like, right then and there, I was like, yeah, you're a lost cause. I knew that we weren't compatible because we were just not on the same frequency. But then again, I was so desperate for love, I disregarded those things. I said, you know what, maybe I can learn to love someone that does not match with me, and maybe they'll catch up to me. You know, I learned the hard way. People, you can either bring someone down to your level, or they can bring you down to their level, but you can never take someone up to your level. It's either they're intentionally wanting to be at your level, or you're just gonna have to keep convincing them of why this is not serving or why this is serving. So that tore me up. And when we no longer decided to deal with each other, when I just was like, I don't want to have any dealings with you, and it's best we just don't do X, Y, and Z. I remember crying. I remember one day my room was broke down. I was looking in the mirror, and I was just crying. I was like, damn, I hate my body. Like, I really, especially my boobs. I was like, I went on a Google rampage. I went on a YouTube rampage of how to get bigger boobs. For those of you who don't know, I'm a holistic herbal type medicine. I don't take tablets. I don't do, I just don't do pharmaceutical medicine. I'm more into herbal based. So I was just looking up herbal ways I can incorporate different herbs, different vegetables, fruits, anything that would like make my boobs sprout. And I just felt myself like so desperate, to the point where I called my friend. I was like, hey, do you know anybody who could go get a consultation to get my breasts done? You know, I'm just going to dip into my savings and get this done so I can get it out of the way, so I can get back to feeling better. And that's when I kind of realized, like, damn, Terry, what are we really doing here? Here I am the next day on my knees praying to God, like praying to this man to give me big boobs. Like, I'm like, don't I have anything else to pray for? Why is this such an important topic? Like, I found myself really relapsing in so many aspects of my life because I decided to let someone into my space. Knowingly, I consciously knew that this person was not fit to be in my space. It has nothing to do with me thinking I'm better than anybody else. It has a lot to do with my spiritual hygiene. Like, that was such poor spiritual hygiene on my part because I was so desperate to and to give love, that I didn't seek it in myself. And I allowed someone to dictate how I view my body, how I love my body. And I needed that lesson. I really, really needed that. Whatever forces used her as a vessel to, you know, project that kind of energy onto me, I needed it, because before I thought I was super confident, but this situation, man, it made me even more confident, to the point where I love my boobs now. I mean, I'm learning to love them even more, to the point where I'm not thinking sporadically, like, oh, I wonder what my boobs would be like if they were bigger. But yeah, I ended up going to the doctor, to a specialist for breast augmentation, and, you know, walking in, they do ask you these questions, and I could tell the doctor is really great because he asked me really, really solid questions to really make me think. He wasn't after my money because it was a referral, And the questions he asked me made me really think. Like, I'll give you an example. He was like, is this something that you want? I was like, I think it's what I want. He was like, I don't want you to think. Is it something confidently that you want? Or is it something that's influenced? I was like, well, it's obviously influenced. I don't want bigger boobs. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to me if I go into the procedure, or if I'm going to come out alive. I don't know, but I feel like from what I was told, I have no boobs and I would look better if I had big boobs. And they're like, the information that this came from, or the person, or whatever it came from, is this the reason why? I said, yeah, I just told you that's the reason. So as he was asking me different questions, I had time to really think. And he's like, you know, give me a call when you're actually ready, because these things are like the shape, the size. And I was like, oh, I don't know those things. I'm depending on you to tell me what will look good on me. He was like, well, I do recommend, you know, I make changes and recommendations, but I make changes and recommendations based off of women coming in with a solid foundation of, oh, I want a B cup, a D cup, a C cup. And then I give my perspective and intake on that. I was like, oh, well, I don't know what I want. I just know I look good, bigger boobs. So I'm trusting you. Whatever you think will look good. He was like, so then you're getting this procedure done because you think what I would like to see. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what about what you would like to see? I was like, I like to see my boobs right now. He was like, well, if you like what you see right now, then I really think you need to take time to really think before we move on to the next step. I'm like, okay, sure. I'm on the train. I take a train back home, and I'm just like thinking, like, damn. I really don't, like, how, I'm on a train, like, I had to really snap at myself. I'm like, TerriAnn, how did we get here? We're on this train, coming back from a augmentation, like, consultation. You know, I'm sweating. New York is so freaking hot for no reason. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy. I really need to go home and really, like, really just strip naked, look at myself, and accept me for who I am. And I think that's when I did, like, words of affirmations towards myself, because that is one of my love languages. But I don't look for someone to give that to me. I give myself my love languages, so that anyone who does, you know, speak to me in my language is because I've attracted and manifested it within myself first. So, you know, I was telling myself in the mirror, your boobs are amazing, they fit you, they look great. Those were all things that the doctor told me, but now I wanted to tell myself, like, my boobs fit me, you know. God made me this way for a reason. I am a firm believer in certain things where I believe that you choose the life that you want. You choose your avatar, you choose your name, you choose your level of difficulty, you choose your country. You choose everything about you before you enter into this world. That's just how I see things. So I'm like, well, if I believe this way, then I believe I did choose how I would look. And if I do want to alter anything on my body, it's because I want to and not because I was influenced. But man, that person, I'm so glad you were born, seriously, because if you do watch this, or anybody that you know that watches, like, for real, there's no love lost, no hate over here. That's, you know, I'm all about love. I'm so glad I met you, and I'm so glad that you were born, because you created the space for me to experience something that I definitely needed. Now, the forces that sent you and used you as a vessel sent you to probably destroy me, but I spend it to make it work in my favor, where I let it build more confidence in me. I let it have me do more words of affirmations onto myself, which I thought I did, but I never did it in that depth when it came to my physicality. It was always more goal oriented and the things that I guess I want. So, man, at first I wasn't even mad. At first I wasn't mad. I'm not gonna lie. I was really fucking pissed. I'm like, yo, I wish I never met this person. This is crazy that I'm feeling this. But then I really snapped out of it, like a rubber band effect. I was like, all right, no. I'm disappointed, yes. But am I mad, upset? Nah, I'm not mad, man. You definitely molded so many things for me, and I don't even think you know what you did. But yeah, be really, really aware and conscious of who you let into your space. Sometimes, you know, we think we can control it or we can't control it, but things are sent our way for a purpose. You know, I always say the universe is working for me and never against me. So God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, definitely knew what he was doing, or she knew what she was doing when they sent that individual my way. But damn, that hurt. Like, I needed to experience that hurt. Like, the way I was crying was like the hyperventilating crying, because I don't know why I allowed those words to hit me so much. You have no boobs, or even followed up with a sentence of, oh, and this is why so and so, well, her friends or her people she was interacting with, oh, this is why they said you look like a dyke. Bitch, what? Fuck you. Fuck you, Oompa Loompa people. Fuck your simple-minded people. Yeah, I'm getting really raw. This is my dear diary. Fuck all of y'all right now. And like I said, this lifetime and the next lifetime, fuck you over twice. How dare you, like, verbally bash and talk down to somebody? And again, I had to remind myself, people cannot give what they've never received. To the point where I felt so sorry for them. I was like, damn. Ah, poor Tink Tink. No one's ever breathed life into you except for me. No one's ever complimented you this way except for me. So this is all new to you. So you don't know how to compliment someone on their physicality or their mentality or their spirituality or their emotional availability. You just can't give what you've never received. And I felt into a place of, I really do feel sorry for you. And if I feel sorry for anybody, that means I've lost all respect for you. And I'm okay with doing that, because nothing that I feel right now is permanent. It's temporary. You know, feelings are very temporary. So in this temporary moment, I do feel very sorry for you, and I hope that, I have faith that you will get out of this simple-minded, this is who I am, and this is what you need to do to receive who I am. No, I'm willing to work on it, because that's not who I want to be. That is so much gratifying. That's so much more serving and healthy for anybody, for your growth, my growth, anybody else. So yeah, listen, folks. I always say, from my heart to your ears, I cannot heal from what I don't reveal. These topics are not freaking easy. I tried to record this video twice, but first 2 times I started crying because I was so emotional about this topic, because people see me as such a confident individual, which I am, but then I do have unconfident moments, and interacting and having that experience with that person, I did have an unconfident moment, to the point where I was very close to relapsing. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So for anybody who's out there and probably gone through what I just spoke about and shared about in this series, please, I know it's easier said than done, but do not take it personal. Allow yourself to really feel. Don't dismiss it. Be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. No, because all you're doing is you're just building, and pressure bursts pipes. You don't want to be a loose cannon out here, or just a pipe that just bursts out of nowhere. Know that you are created the exact way you're created for a reason. Do your best to love the skin you're in. And if you do alter changes to your body, do it for you and no one else. Like I said, easier said than done. But I'm in a much better space. I am in the process of learning to still accept my boobs. It's all about my boobs. They are very little, but I love that they're little. They're my little boobs. I love them. I think they fit my body very well. God knows why he didn't give me big boobs, because I will be out in these streets. But I'm not for the streets. I'm for the sheets. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. I do highly appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, love, prosperity, over and out. Lovable, heaven would have to wait. Adorable, I like the way you play around. Girl, you are heaven sent. It must be meant for us to be together.